For the past few weeks, we've been discussing about Charles Darwin's evolutionary theory and specific aspects of it, how species are made, how they're made, how species can become separated from their homes and create new species, and other aspects that I expect you all to know by now. But now, we'll be comparing between two beasts, the evolutionary theory itself and a game called Spore. Just to let you all know, this comparison is probably a bit biased since I loved the game when it first came out and I still love it today. However, there are some differences to evolution that I need to talk about. Most of you are asking, what is Spore? Spore is a game about evolving from a cell organism to a space-age civilization. Will Wright, one of the guys behind the game, based Spore on the powers of 10 theory displayed here. However, Spore has only 5 stages when it came out. Cell, creature, tribal, civilization, and space. Since we are talking about the evolution of species, and not spaceships or tribal rituals, we will talk about only the cell and creature stages of the game. Does the game depict a realistic portrait of evolution? Let's find out. To be honest, we don't know much about how life came to Earth or how it comes to planets as a whole, but anything is possible at this point. Also notice that these cells have mouths and eyes, even though in real life cells do not have mouths or eyes. Since this is a video game though, I'll just let that pass. Anyways, in the cell stage, you go through levels eating meat chunks if you are carnivore or veggies if you are herbivore. As you go through the stage, your cell will get bigger and bigger until you... Wait, what? As far as I know, cells are not really supposed to grow in size unless these are fish. But... fishes don't have flagellas. Anyways, you call for a mate and this happens. After that happens, you go to the cell editor. This editor teaches you the second best thing about this game, the creation aspect. This kept me playing the game since you can pretty much create anything. Planes, robots, cars, creatures, and other kinds of stuff. However, how does this really represent evolution? It's like you can go into the editor and then you can make a wimpy looking creature into one that can destroy everything in its path. To fix this, Maxis made it so you have to unlock the parts in order to be better. But still though, what if you had all the better parts? All of these unlock at random times. Evolution just happens slowly. A wimpier species evolves to become a better species by gaining the attributes and traits for one thing, to survive. But in Spore, you can make the best cell organism or creature of your liking in under a few minutes of playing the game. Also, notice that I encounter species of my kind, but they don't have any other mutations. Yep, as soon as you get in and out of the editor, all cells and creatures of your kind will evolve with you, which is why they look the same. No speciation, no genetic variation, just everyone looks and acts the same. That's what separates Spore from actual evolution. But since the game assumes that everything you do is billions of years in between, I guess it kinda does make sense when you think about it. Anyways, after you go through the cell stage, you put some legs on and head on for the creature stage. Before you moved on to the creature stage, your cell starts growing a brain and well, you evolve into a creature. Now before we talk about the creature stage, however, I just need to say something about what the game is supposed to tell you when your creature starts growing a brain. The entirety of Spore is about evolution, but it is both about the evolution of your species and their intelligence, kind of like us. You play as the species you want to play as, and the game tries its best in making you feel for the creature you are playing as. Speaking of making you feel, look at this cinematic that plays when you get out of the water and go onto dry land for the first time. Seeing this again makes me feel even more for the creature that I made, and it kinda pulls my heartstrings because this game is my childhood. Anyways, so the creature stage is this. You wander around your planet and you find parts for your creature to make it better and stronger. Remember when I said that the parts unlock at random times? Well, you do get parts at random times in this stage, not much in the cell stage though. In this stage, you unlock parts by befriending creatures, making creatures go extinct, or just digging bones out of the ground. You use these parts to make your creature even better than before, with arms, legs, and other body parts in the creature editor, which is way more enhanced than the cell editor. Plus, things you learned in the cell editor can transfer to this editor, where you learn even more things about the editors and spores so you can create more things. Anyways, the creature stage encourages exploration, finding new species you didn't know existed, finding more parts, defeating or socializing with more creatures, and more. Because the creature stage is so open-ended, you can do whatever you please until you get enough DNA points to go to the travel stage, the beginning of your journey to rule the stars. So let's answer a question we asked earlier. Does Spore represent evolution or emulate it? Yes and no. Spore allows a creature to evolve, but none of the creatures in your environment do. And there is no generic variation or speciation of your creatures, but this game doesn't really depict real-time evolution, and I'm happy it did. If you want to buy Spore, the only platform that you can get the game for is on PC. Don't worry though, as it can run on just about anything. You can still find the game for cheap prices on Steam, Origin, or Amazon. If you want to see the evolution of the game's development, I recommend picking up the book Spore the Evolution, as it covers everything about the game's development from what inspired it to concept art to seeing what the creators scrapped out of the game. Anyways, I hope to see you all next time. See you later.